Good day to all of you. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss about acceleration in mechanism part 1, and I am Vijay Lakshmi from Thandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore. So first let us discuss how to draw the acceleration diagram for a link. So this is a link. You consider 2 points A and B on this rigid link. If the point B moves with respect to A with an angular velocity of omega radians per second, and let alpha radians per second square be the angular acceleration of the link AB, then you can see that the tangential velocity is the tangential acceleration is perpendicular to the link, whereas the radial part of the acceleration will act along the link and it will be directed towards the center. So see here, the point B is moving with respect to A. A will act as the center, therefore the radial component of acceleration of B with respect to A will be directed towards A, and the tangential component of the acceleration will be perpendicular to the link. So here you can see acceleration of B with respect to A as two component. One is the tangential component and the other is the radial component. So you can see the radial component and this is the tangential component. If you take the closing side in the same direction, then that gives the total acceleration of B with respect to A. So this is how we draw the acceleration diagram. So acceleration of a particle whose velocity changes in both magnitude and direction in an instant has two components. So one is the centripetal or the radial component, which is directed towards the center, and this is perpendicular to the velocity. So you can also take that this is the velocity and it is perpendicular to the velocity. So the tangential component, this tangential component is always parallel to the direction of velocity. So the total acceleration is given by the vector sum of the radial component as well as the tangential component. And the radial component of acceleration is given by omega square into length of the link AB. So whatever link, or you can call that as the radius of rotation, where omega is the angular velocity. So it is given by omega square into AB. We already know that VAB is equal to R omega. So instead of omega, we can write V square BA divided by AB square. So already you have one AB here, so those two will get cancelled. So you have V square BA or AB divided by AB. So radial component of B with respect to A is equal to velocity of B with respect to A square divided by the AB or the radius of rotation, in this case which is the length of the link. And the tangential component of acceleration ABA with respect to tangential component of B with respect to A is equal to alpha, where alpha is the angular acceleration, into length of the link. So this is equal to alpha into AB, or this can also be written as R into alpha, where R stands for the radius of rotation. In this case, the length of the link represented by AB. So based on this, let us now see how to find out the acceleration in a slider crank mechanism. So in this slider crank mechanism, you have the piston or the slider which is moving along the line of the stroke. So or it is translating. and then you have the crank OB, which is going to rotate with an uniform angular velocity omega. And then we have the connecting rod AB, which is going to execute general plane motion. So first, the fixed points are, the O point is fixed. So you first fix the O point. So we will fix the O point, which is, for velocity we gave the notation as the small letter. Since it is acceleration, we are going to represent it by a lowercase letter with a dash. So O dash is the fixed point. So O dash is the fixed point. Then with respect to O, A is going to, so if this is rotating in the clockwise direction, the slider is going to move along. It is going to move from left to right. So this is the direction of acceleration. If you are knowing the velocity with which the slider moves, you also know the magnitude. So if you are drawing a line parallel to the line of stroke, that gives the acceleration of the A with respect to O. Since O is a fixed point, we can also call that as the absolute acceleration. So this gives OA dash gives the acceleration of A. Now coming to the point B. The point B is rotating with respect to O. So this is a rotating with a constant angular velocity. As usual, the acceleration has two components. One is the radial component and the other one is the tangential component. But we see that the radial component is given by omega square or V square BA by AB, and the tangential component is equal to alpha into AB, where alpha is the angular acceleration, which is given by the rate of change of velocity. Since here it is rotating with a constant angular velocity, you cannot have alpha, or alpha becomes 0. As alpha becomes 0, the tangential component of acceleration does not exist. So whenever a body is moving with the uniform angular velocity, the angular acceleration does not exist. Therefore, the tangential component of acceleration do not exist. So you only have the radial component of acceleration. So as seen, the radial component of acceleration will be directed towards the center of rotation. So the point B is going to rotate with respect to the point O. So O acts as the center of rotation. So OB vector acceleration, O dash B dash acceleration vector will be from B to O. So you draw a line parallel to OB from the fixed point O dash. So this O dash B dash gives the acceleration of B with respect to O radial component. Since O is a fixed point, we can just represent it as acceleration of B radial. Since only radial component is present, I'll just write it as acceleration of B. Now coming to the connecting rod AB, the connecting rod, so you can see that the point A rotates with respect to B. Okay, so you can also have point B rotates with respect to A. The direction alone will change. Other things are not going to change. Okay, so the point A is rotating with respect to the B vector. Since it does not rotate with a constant angular velocity, and it has both tangential component as well as a radial component. So as already seen, the radial component will be directed towards the center. Acceleration of B with respect to A. So it is acceleration of A with respect to B. So here B is acting as the center. So the acceleration vector will be from A to B. So from the point B dash, draw a vector parallel to AB and the arrowhead should be pointing towards B. So you get the radial component of the acceleration vector. And then you can see that the tangential component of the vector. So here A point is rotating with respect to B, so it will have the tangential component perpendicular to AB and acting in the upward direction. So you draw a line perpendicular to AB passing through A. So these two lines will intersect at a point. That point gives the x. So this vector represents the radial component, whereas this vector represents the tangential component. So if you want to find the total acceleration of A with respect to B, you can find out the vector sum of these two acceleration vectors or acceleration components. So you can see the resultant will be acting in the opposite to the direction. So you have to take the closing side but opposite in direction. So it will be directed from B to A. So here this is the acceleration of A vector with respect to B vector. So this is how you have to draw the acceleration diagram. So in this, each and every component we are going to check whether it is having the radial component as well as the tangential component. Slider, since the slider is executing translation or reciprocatory motion, it does not have the radial component and tangential component. You can just give the acceleration vector which is taking place in the direction of the velocity. And then crank, it is rotating or it is executing curvilinear motion. So you have both the radial component as well as the tangential component. But since the crank is rotating with a uniform angular velocity, we do not have the tangential component which is a function of alpha, because since omega is constant, alpha becomes 0. And we have only the radial component which is directed towards the center of rotation. Therefore, we have O dash B dash vector parallel to the OB and directed towards the downwards. And next we have the connecting rod. So connecting rod, it has both the tangential component as well as the radial component. The radial component will be directed towards the center. Since I am taking acceleration of A point with respect to B point acts as the center. Therefore, the acceleration vector will be directed towards the B point. So from B dash, I am drawing the acceleration vector AB, acceleration of AB radial component. And we have the tangential component perpendicular to the radial component. So if you find out the resultant, then that gives the total acceleration. Suppose if we want to find the acceleration of any point which is intermediate, then you have to fix the point such that it divides the acceleration vector in the same ratio as the point divides the link. After finding out the point E dash, that is after fixing the point E, so here they have drawn AB and they have fixed EA in the same ratio, and by extending the line they have fixed E dash. This can also be done by measurement. So if it is in the ratio of 2:1, again this has to be E dash should also divide this vector in the ratio of 2:1. So if we are joining it with the fixed point, we can find out what is the absolute velocity of E with respect to any point. So with this brief introduction of the acceleration, we'll discuss how to solve problems in the further classes. Thank you.